Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Every single day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with your man, Captain Will, after another Gamecock victory. Blowout. 74-42. Beat up on the Georgia Bulldogs in their place. Wonderful to see. 32-point victory by the South Carolina women's basketball team standing on business in Athens, Georgia, as we layeth the smacketh down to all them Georgia Bulldogs. I don't know even how to say. I don't know how to quantify. I don't know how to, put things in words sometimes how good this basketball team is. Because today was not even. It wasn't even amazing. It wasn't great. It wasn't sensational. I wasn't jumping up and down about this basketball game tonight. I wasn't. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. We handed them their beating like we were supposed to do, and then we move on. And we came out injury free. Move on to Texas. That's the game. That's the thing that's going down right now. Texas on Sunday afternoon, 2:00 on Super Bowl Sunday. That's what's going on. South Carolina women's basketball team defeated them, beat them down. That's cool. So in honor of another beatdown by the South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions, we are going to do what we always do. It is shot o'clock. It is shot o'clock. It's time to turn up. Whatever your beverage of choice tonight, it's on you. Whatever your beverage of choice tomorrow, whenever you might be watching this, because some folks are going to watch it live and in Technicolor and see your man Captain Will, and some folks are going to see it tomorrow at work when they're supposed to be working and looking at YouTube and looking at his pretty face. Some people, it's just what it is. But wherever you are, if you're watching me right now, if you're going to be watching me later, if you're watching me right now, it's shot o'clock and it's a time for a little elixir that my wife brought home from the store. And wifey will, she's like, oh, Eco Clip, this is pretty bottle. Ooh, this is a pretty. So we got something called a Blue Whale Gin. I don't even know how it tastes. I have no idea how it tastes. It could be horrible. It could be amazing. I don't know. I just know it's gluten-free. And I guess we're trying to be healthy. I'm not sure. But cheers. You know what? Might be something to it. Not going to sit here and lie. There might be something to it. Pretty good. So Gamecocks, South Carolina women's basketball team beat up on the Georgia Bulldogs, and we just move on. 74-42. So many great plays in this basketball game. So many great players partaking in the elixir of the Georgia Bulldogs in Athens. And let's be clear right now. Let's say this right here. I don't know why. I don't know. I know Georgia's not a good basketball team. I know they're a poor showing of a good basketball team in terms of attendance. But come on now. Come on. Y'all could have had that game in one of the local gyms. That's how y'all support y'all basketball team. That's how y'all support y'all women's basketball team right there. I'm embarrassed. Because if South Carolina wouldn't have took two boatloads and a bus full with Gamecock fans to this game, I don't know what that was. I'm embarrassed for y'all. Disappointing. Y'all an SEC team. Keep that same energy. At least when the South Carolina women's basketball team comes and shows up at your arena. Please. And probably tonight was the most fans y'all had all season. So I'm even more embarrassed. Excuse me. So South Carolina in the first quarter played like Carolina's supposed to play. Was up 18-9, okay, in the first quarter. That's great. That's terrific. South Carolina did what it was supposed to do. And when you favor by 30-plus points, this is how you're supposed to, get into this game and don't even, let them have any hope, if you will. And winning that first quarter handily as it was by 9 points and holding the Georgia team to 24% shooting and 25% from the three-point line is a great start. That's a great start. Carolina shot 50% from the field, 7-14 in the first quarter. 3 for 5 from the three-point line with 60%. Those are great numbers for Carolina. I love the way Sania Feagin played the first quarter. I love the way she kind of set the tone somewhat in this basketball game. I'm just a fan, and Sania Feagin was on the watch list for the top 10 power forwards in the country, and she has came into her own in SEC play, and we are seeing a Sania Feagin who we wanted to see for so long, and setting the tone in the first quarter. But overall, in this basketball game for Sania Feagin, she was our best overall player. Sania Feagin was our best, most efficient basketball player. She had a wonderful stat line. You're talking about a 6'3" player from just the state of Georgia, had 6 points, had 9 rebounds, had 5 assists. This is Sania Feagin in 19 minutes, y'all. In 19 minutes of play. Sania Feagin also had 3 blocks and 2 steals. Sania Feagin played so well in tonight's game. It wasn't needed for her to get 15 points. It wasn't needed for her to get 12 points. Those things wasn't even needed in this basketball game, because we were going to score a ton of points and a lot of people are going to score points. But having 9 points, 8 of them being defensive rebounds, 3 big block shots, 2 steals, 0 turnovers for Sania Feagin. You talking about, and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. She's getting better and better and better. Feagin led the team in assists. The commentators calling the game, they were terrible. Let's begin there. They were horrific. We know that y'all are Georgia, fans. We know that you're a Georgia alum. We know those things. But at least try to be impartial when you call in the basketball game. I was like, am I listening to the local Georgia radio broadcast? I was tripping. Like, okay, you do realize that most people watching this game tonight are South Carolina fans. You do realize that. And when the game's on ESPN Plus, I think they don't recognize those things. Like, Carolina's literally bringing the biggest office numbers to the party. And if you're not, you easily people watch this game was more than likely 80% to 20%. I would go even further, probably 90% Gamecock fans to 10% Georgia fans. Because if you don't really care about your product and enough to come to the arena in general admission, like it's a high school basketball game, we're watching Marlboro County take on Chillicothe, South Carolina. Are you actually going to turn into ESPN Plus and watch them play? No. So with that being said, since 90% of your audience is South Carolina, the three-time national champion, how about 1, either have unbiased commentators, or 2, have local Columbia commentators during the game? How about that? How about this right here? I'll call the damn game. How about that? If we're going to go local, if we're going to go, we're going to be biased, because ain't nobody more biased than me, but you're boring. You're boring. You're boring. Like what are you doing? I'm tired. Like, you do some prep work. Do some prep work. Y'all just read off a doggone piece of paper. Do some prep work. Y'all know my number. Call me. Sania Feagin, Chloe kids. I already said that Sania, Chloe, and Joyce was going to play great. Joyce didn't play her typical Joyce type game. Sania Feagin did. Chloe kids did. It's just typical now for these girls. Somebody in the post, 2 out of the 3 are going to play very well in these games. So tonight it was Sania, and tonight it was Chloe. Not saying that Joyce didn't play well, but she didn't get She didn't lead the team in scoring like she's been doing over the past 5-6 basketball games. But Chloe, I mean, I'm going to tell you this right here. Chloe Kitts, Chloe Kardashian, Chloe hair flip. What Chloe had? Chloe had 11 points, 5-8 from the field. 1 for 1 from the three-point line. Chloe has found that three-point shot, and it is going in. She had 7 rebounds. Chloe with 7 rebounds, 4 defensive and 3 offensive rebounds. Just great numbers, man. 1 block, 1 steal. She only played 22 minutes in this basketball game. Chloe is a special basketball player. I don't know how much more I can say. I don't know what I can do. Because here's the thing. We look at a top 10 list in terms of the watch list for power forwards. I have a question. Question in the back. Captain Will got a question. So, what is Chloe? Is she a power forward? Is she a small forward? I don't know what she is. Carolina starts 2 forwards. So through the course of the year, Chloe has been having a better season than Sania. Sania has been playing so well in the SEC, but throughout the season, Chloe has been our best player. So if you're telling me that, then Chloe should be nominated for an award. I'm just curious. She's almost averaging a double-double. She's playing about 20 minutes per game. She's our second best defender. That all those things mean something, I think, right? If you watched me early today when I went live, I went off talking about South Carolina not having one player on the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year award out of 15 players. Nobody on the Carolina team is good enough to make the top 15. If you bet, okay, if you did a coach's poll right now, and you ask who is the best defensive team in the land, they would say South Carolina. Ask Georgia tonight, who's the best defensive team in the country? They would say South Carolina. It boggles my mind, and I'm not gonna go back and forth because I had to summon myself down when that occurred. And I also got my eye on this Tennessee UConn game, 74-74, with 2 minutes and 8 seconds at Tennessee. So y'all keep me abreast of that situation, because I'm for the folks who think that Tennessee, and I've been saying this for a minute, Tennessee is not as good this year as they've have been in the past. I've been saying that they're not as deep, they're not as good. I think that Carolina, when we play Tennessee on February 16th, is going to win by double digits handedly against Tennessee. I think we're that much better than them. I just do. But right now, Tennessee is up by 2 points on them. And I would love for Tennessee to lose. I would just love for them to lose. Let's go through a few questions tonight on a beautiful Thursday night. Tehran, fam, thank you for the tip. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. You know, because this has been a process. And for the ones who've been with me for a long time, I'm talking about when I didn't know what I was doing trying to do a podcast. I have no clue. I messed up so many times. And, you know, starting out with 10 subscribers, 50, 100. And the ones who've been there for so long. You're talking about Day T. You talk about Country Notary. You're talking about, you know, you could talk about Mr. G. And, you know, we could go on and talk about the folks who've been there for the longest, you know. And I really appreciate the love. So you talk about a grassrooted program done in my office that's grown from 1 subscriber to almost 31,000 subscribers. It is amazing. I love it. Thank you. I get a lot of questions asking me like, Cap, are you going to talk football? Are you going to talk baseball? Are you going to talk NBA? First off, I would never talk about NBA because NBA straight sucks. NBA is an ugly product. Went to a Hornets game last night. Wasn't fun at all. If they wasn't giving away free buffet food for where we were sitting, I would have been upset. I'm just letting you know. The product is not good. I will never talk about the NBA, ever. I will always talk about women's basketball. It is fun. It is exciting. South Carolina women's basketball is so much more exciting than any NBA game. Any. Yeah, the fan base of South Carolina just grows and grows and grows every day. Never change. Never change. JB, a few things. SEC Network is trash. Got the D-list announcers. Fam, say less. That was not a great product that was done tonight. Sometimes I just be listening because I be listening to these announcers and they're like, yo, I'm embarrassed for y'all. Sometimes I listen to these podcasts, I'm just embarrassed. Like, I don't know how to get these jobs. Kelly Brown, hey, Cam Will, love your show. Bottoms up. You already know. Thank you, Kelly Brown. Thank you. Bottoms up tonight with this Blue Dolphin, Blue Whale gin. Interesting taste. Mint and no preservatives. I don't understand. I like no preservatives in gin, but it is what it is. Day T, we got to lock in again on Sunday. We need a complete game. My sister, thank you as always from the beginning, and we do. Sunday's game is important for a number of reasons. Sunday's game, we continue the SEC winning streak. We will beat Texas, 2 times this season, with a potential playing Texas for the 3rd time. Now, here's the thing, y'all. We played Tennessee 3 times last year. I got tired of playing Tennessee. We got tired of playing Tennessee. The matchup with us and Tennessee was so. It was they matched up very well with us. They had Rakia Jackson, who was amazing, who was a pro. This year we have Tina Pow, who is a pro playing a game of basketball. They matched up well with us. We end up winning all 3 games. One of those was a sensational 3-pointer for Camila Cardozo, but I'm not a fan of playing teams 2-3 times in the season. We could have played any team twice this year. And I know how the schedule makers, okay, Texas is new to the conference, and Texas and South Carolina, in terms of the coaches, have, a historic, rivalry going on. So it's best to have possibly the 2 top teams in the conference play each other. I would have preferred if we played LSU back to back and home and away, but it is what it is with Texas. So we could have played a scrub team. How about if we would have had Georgia, playing them twice? But instead we got Texas. It's going to be a hostile crowd, hostile territory, hostile fan base, and they're going to play their best. When they played us at Carolina, it wasn't their best. We completely shut Madison Booker down, who will be top 10, top 5 in terms of the Player of the Year award this year. She was a non-factor in this basketball game. She will be a factor in this upcoming basketball game. Putting Bree Hall on Madison Booker and fighting through her, and Bree playing that physical, tough, hard-nosed defense that she does not get enough credit for. And then the other players, Rory Hammond, and they just played horrifically. And Carolina had a whole lot to do with that, but I expect a different thing against Texas in their own place. Now, game day won't be there. Game day going to be in Connecticut, and we know why. Huge game, all the rivalries, whatever. But the game is on Sunday, February 9th. We can talk about the Super Bowl. We can discuss all the things. And if you're a fan of the Chiefs and you're a fan of the Eagles, good, great. Because if Washington would have made it, I would have been unbelievably. Matter of fact, I would have been in D.C. right now, turning up if Washington was in the Super Bowl. But I'm not. It is what it is. But for South Carolina Gamecock fans, there is not a more important game on the schedule as it is right now as us in Texas. ESPN does their win probability. And here's the thing. Say what you want about ESPN, and I tend to say a lot about ESPN. They have Texas as being the slight, minuscule favorite over the South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions. They have Tennessee as a 51% probability to win that basketball game. Carolina, 49%. Do I see it that way? We'll find out as these coming days go. But that's how they seeing it. That's how they seeing it. So, like DT said, we got to lock up, get focused, get ready to get on that plane. Make sure those homework assignments are done. Make sure those interviews are finished. Make sure those eyelashes are in. Make sure that weave is in tight. Make sure those nails are done so we can play the basketball that we have to play on Sunday. David Seabrook, Fulwiley played the most minutes and shot twice as much as anyone else. Still plays like she in the playground. You know, I was going to talk about Fulwiley. Yo, Fulwiley tonight was typical. Like, it was Fulwiley tonight. Fulwiley was playing like the varsity playing the JV squad. Like, I can get by you anytime I want to. I can get any shot that I want to, either from the 3-point line or layup line, however you want it to be. I can get around you. It was not the most efficient basketball that Fulwiley, MiLaysia, lay with the butter Fulwiley played tonight. Make no mistake about it. She got 13 points, but she took 16 shots. She was 5 for 16. It was some layups that she should have hit. She missed, but she was 0 for 3 for the field, was 3 for 4 from the free throw line. But she got 5 rebounds. Okay. She got 2 assists. She got, what was you at? 2 turnovers? 2 turnovers, 1 block, couple of steals in 25 minutes of play. You're going to have some of these days like this for MiLaysia Fulwiley. Because that 5 for 16 could have easily, if she would hit some of those layups on one end, it could have easily been 8 for 16 or 9 for 16. Easily. If she would have hit one of those 3-pointers, the stat line would look, instead of looking 13 points, it probably would look 21 points. Yeah, to me, and David Seabrook, I gotta agree with you, brother. It was a little bit of a playground thing going on today, but that was against Georgia. Okay, that was, you know, I don't know what to say. You're not gonna see it against Texas. You're gonna see a more reined in Fulwiley, a more focused Fulwiley, and a more we're gonna stick to the game plan type Fulwiley on Sunday. Okay, that's what I expect. But I can't lie. I can't lie. Yo, Tehran. Defense looked good tonight. Defense was sharp, man. Defense was sharp. And if you look at the stats for Georgia overall, they shot 30% from the field, 8% from the 3-point line, 56% from the free throw line. Like, yo, Trinity Turner, who's a good basketball player, 2 for 11. Asia Abinger got on that 3 for 3 streak, but she ended up shooting 4 for 9, 0 for 1 for 3, and got beat up. Got hit in the midsection. Got a cut upside the lip. There was a lot of different things. But, she had 9 points, but she also had 6 turnovers. You getting 33 minutes. You getting 33 minutes, y'all. And then, you putting up the stats. When you put up the stats, I saw the stats that's talking about her assists and her steals are ranked a certain way, in high. In SEC. But what they did not put down is she was also ranked high in terms of turnovers. I want to say top 5 in the SEC in turnovers. This is a difference between South Carolina basketball and everybody else in the SEC. I ain't gonna talk about some of these other squads that are ranked high, but I'm just talking about South Carolina basketball and the other 15 teams that's in the SEC. You ain't getting no 6 turnovers in no basketball game and think you're going to get 33 minutes in the game. Those things ain't going to happen. I just saw Tennessee is up by 4 points with 11 seconds. Woo! Beat UConn. I might get another shot because UConn lose. But you ain't going to play no 33 minutes and get no 6 turnovers and no Dawn Staley. Nobody. I'm talking about Pow. I'm talking about everybody she trusts. Pow, Raven, Breezy, nobody. Who she trusts on that team going to get 6 turnovers and end up playing 33 minutes. No way. You'll be sitting watching. And that's what happens. But you got teams like Georgia, there's nothing else you can do. So you have to deal with it. And that's what happened with them. I do have to speak on the turnovers for our side. For first half, Carolina, I want to say had 10, 11 turnovers in the first half. That's not Carolina basketball. They completely changed it around in the second half and finished up with a total of 14 turnovers. Carolina gave up about 12 and a half turnovers, the top 10 overall in turnovers, in terms of turnovers, in the country, high level in terms of taking care of the ball. Some of those turnovers were it was some questionable things, of course, but it was a couple of things like a travel and Powell. Powell don't travel. Those things don't happen. And Powell don't get no 3 turnovers. That was weird. Joyce ended up with 2 turnovers and Chloe had 2 turnovers. It was just some things that went on in this game. Wasn't the sharpest, but whoa, Tennessee won 80-76. Baby, wifey, can you give me another shot? Thank you. I said UConn was not as good as people were saying they were. College game day should be in Texas, not in South Carolina when we play UConn. They're not. They're not as good. Stop with these bogus wins in this weak conference. What are they playing? Atlantic 10? Atlantic 10? Really? We got an undefeated streak in the SEC. Put UConn in the SEC and see what happens. Have UConn playing Texas twice, playing LSU, playing Tennessee, playing South Kakalaki, home of the sweet tea and pig feed, and see how they record look. We put, what's the cat name? Gino on a pedestal. Too much. Way too much. Thank you, baby. Way too much. We got to put these cats on the. If you play in an inferior conference, you're going to get a lot of wins. Now, I ain't putting no shade on what UConn has accomplished in the 90s and all those things, but it's a different era. It's a different era. The last 5-6 basketball years, South Carolina's been number 1. And if you trade places and put Carolina in the Atlantic 10 and put UConn in the SEC, what will happen? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. They got a bunch of championships from long ago. They got beat by Tennessee. That just made my day. Made my day. Teron said, what's up with kids' new ability to shoot the 3? Y'all, from what I've heard, Chloe could always hit the 3. If you look at some old high school tape from Chloe kids, you will see her range, okay? You will see what she can do mid-range and further out. The unrivaled, which is the league that I like. It is by the players, for the players, and owned by the players. They're doing the 3-on-3 type thing. They also are doing a 1-on-1. They have a bracket. 1-on-1. That having 1-on-1 players playing 1-on-1, some of the best players in the world playing against each other 1-on-1, you see who's the greatest. You see who the greatest. You see the skills players have. There's some great video of Chloe Kitts going 1-on-1 with another high-level player in high school. Not going to say the player name. Chloe was giving a word. Chloe can handle the ball. Chloe has some amazing moves. Chloe is a dog. Now, we just played some dogs, but Chloe is a dog for the South Carolina women's basketball team. And here's the thing, y'all. What if this is not just a notion of her shooting a 3-point basket? What if this is just a sampler? This is just an appetizer. This is just the tuna tartare of the meal. This is just calamari. What if we're just seeing a little bit of what Chloe's going to be here next year, her senior year, going to the WNBA? Because if Chloe Kitts can hit the 3 in regularity, we talking about stretch 4s. Chloe Kitts, you talk about a 6'2.5" player who can hit the 3, who can rebound the basketball, who plays defense, whose stock will continue to go high for next year's draft. It's scary. Feagin, keeping up like this, she will be balling in the tournament. I think we should get used to it. I think that it is what it is right now. I think she has the confidence. Matter of fact, I know she has the confidence of being her, because the schedule that Carolina's played, the #1 overall strength of schedule, and playing all these top 10, top 15 teams so far this season. If you actually break that down to the NCAA tournament, I'm be straight up with you. The SEC tournament might be more challenging than the NCAA tournament. Like, Kat, what the hell are you talking about? This is the thing. When we go to the NCAA tournament, first 2 rounds going to be at Colonial Life Arena. You know we ain't losing there. Ain't no chance, no way in the hell we're going to lose at Colonial Life Arena against anybody. But in particular, in the first or second rounds of the NCAA tournament, we'll be a #1 seed. So that means we're going to play with some sacrificial lamb going to be playing us in the first round, who ain't got no business being in the tournament. So we're going to win that game by 50 to 70 points, just depending on how much Dawn Staley wants to win by. Then the second round, we're going to be playing a team that's 8th ranked or 9th ranked. So a team that's 8th ranked or 9th ranked will be a team that's not actually that won't be ranked in the top 25. Okay, stay with me now. So that second round, you're talking about a basketball team that won't be ranked in the top 25. So it's going to be playing a team in the second round that's not even close to the caliber that we played during the course of the season. We go on to the Sweet 16, which is in Birmingham, Alabama. Can you imagine how many fans are going to be in Birmingham, Alabama, in the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8? So we go to the Sweet 16. So you're talking about 16 supposedly the top 16 teams in the country, right? So we go analytically speaking, and we talk about teams that Carolina's already played. There's a high probability that the opponent that Carolina plays will be less than a Texas, would be less than an LSU, would be less of those a UCLA, those top tier teams that we've already played, and with the exception of UCLA, that we have beaten. That's the Sweet 16. If we go transfer and go to the 4th round and the Elite 8, we still in Birmingham, Alabama. So still in Garden and Black everywhere, because that's not too far. Birmingham, Alabama, Columbia, South Carolina. That's not too far. You can take a plane, you can take a train, you can take a horse and carriage, however you choose to do so. In that Elite 8, we may play a team in the Elite 8 that is around the caliber of the top level teams that we play. But there ain't gonna be no shock and awe of who we played. It won't be, because here's the thing: in the SEC right now, 10 teams are projected to go to the big dance. 10 of them, 10 teams out of 16 teams are projected to go to the NCAA tournament. All right, so those 10 teams are gonna be. I don't know how it's gonna be seeded, but you know that Texas is gonna be high. You know LSU gonna be high. You know Carolina's gonna be high. Multiple teams are going to get those 1 through 3 seeds in this tournament. What I'm saying is when we go to Greenville, there's a high probability that we might play 2 to 3 teams. I ain't say 2 to 3 teams. We might play 2 teams that are in the top 10. We might play 2 teams that are in the top 5 in the SEC tournament. Will we play 2 teams that are in the top 5 in the NCAA tournament? I don't know. I don't think so. The road to the NCAA tournament for South Carolina women's basketball team is not as hard. It's not as hard for this team, because this team is battle tested. There ain't no surprises. You look at some of these other teams who ain't played as many top level teams, who are going to go to the NCAA tournament, and there might be some shock and awe going on. Ain't no shock and awe on the South Carolina women's basketball team. We playing Texas twice, 2 times. In the net ranking, Texas ranked number 3 in the country. This is our second time playing them. It's going to be fun. It's going to be so much fun. Kenny Jones say, speak it. Speak it. Adam Ritter, Texas is going to be hard. I agree with you completely. Texas is going to be a tough battle. That's a game that we could lose. It's a game that we could lose. Texas is a very talented basketball team. Prince George, Fulwiley still trying to learn how to be more disciplined, but she is going to have more shots because although she might not hit a shot, she has the innate ability to create a shot anytime. I couldn't have said it more. I couldn't have said it better. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. She can get her own shot whenever time. She is the best shot creator on this basketball team. She's not the best shot maker. The best shot maker on this basketball team is Joyce Edwards. But the best shot create, I can get any shot that I want to. And we get upset. You, I, everybody get upset when Fulwiley settles at the 3-point line. I know you do, because I do too. I'll be like, girl, take her to the basket. You know she can't hold you. You know she can't hold you. She can't hold you. Ain't nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. JB, there you go. Give him predictions. SMH. Score predictions, that is. I haven't been here in a while to tell you to go stop that. JB, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm letting you know right now. You know me. I've been doing that for a long time, and I will continue to do that for a long time. It's going to be a tight game on Sunday. JB, don't bet on this game. I don't know what the line is. Don't bet on this game. You got a better look. Bet on the Super Bowl. Don't do that. Adam Ritter, love you, Cap. Love you, brother. Teron, you do great. Thank you. Roosevelt Johnson, you know it. Here since day one. You know it. Game changers. Madison Booker is not going to have an off night. I agree with you completely. She's going to have a great night versus what she had the first meeting, but it's going to come down to rebounding. Defensive rebounding to be sure. You know, Coach Staley was talking about, you know, want to, aggressiveness, all those great things. Like, I like, you know, how can you improve on rebounding? Well, you show them some film. It's like, okay, you didn't box out right there. Oh, you didn't do that right there. Because we do a whole lot of things right. We check most of the boxes on being a terrific, amazing basketball team. But one of those things that we do not check the box and being great at is defensive rebounding. We don't. We do not. That is not a great stat by the South Carolina women's basketball team. A team like Texas, we're going to have to do better. Attention to detail. Not necessarily cheating, because we do a lot of cheating out there. Trying to get out on the fast break points. Do a lot of cheating. Against Texas, in Texas, we got to play some sound basketball. We still got to play our brand of basketball. We're going to play well defensively. You already know those things. We shoot 45% from the field. 9 times out of 10, we're going to win this basketball game. We shoot 35 or less. We coming home on that plane, that pretty plane, with an L. Okay? We should need to shoot about 45% or more. We need to rebound the basketball well defensively, and I think we'll come out fine. Wanda K said Feagin should be on Booker. Ooh, Feagin should be on Booker. I think Bree did an amazing job on her. Thank you for the comment, but I think Feagin will have our hands full in the post working down there. I think the combination of Bree Hall, Tessa Johnson is gonna just make her work. That's all you got to do is just make Madison Booker work. Just don't make her shots. She is a terrific scorer. She's gonna get to her spots. Just make her work. She's gonna hit shots. Mr. G, last game, Texas. Mr. G, what's up? Mr. G, last game, Texas was embarrassed. This game will be different. I agree with you. Booker will be on revenge tour. The Gamecocks must win the rebounding battle and make those gimmies. Joyce is playing more like the generational player than MiLaysia. So you said a lot. You said a mouthful right there. And I agree with most of it. This game will be different against Texas on Sunday. This game will be won or lost. We're rebounding and still shooting. Texas shot horribly. We helped them, but they shot horribly. The statement that Joyce, Booker will be on her own revenge tour. Madison Booker is a great basketball player. She's got size. She has an amazing mid-range. She can handle the ball, and she plays defense. She is a great basketball player. She is. And I think she's going to show her butt on Sunday. I do. I think we just got to make her uncomfortable. Hopefully she get in foul trouble. That's what I'm saying. And then if she scores the basketball well, okay, damn, we got to score the basketball well too. You know, she's gonna get her points. She's gonna get her points. She didn't get the points last game because she shot so so poorly. She got points this time. But we got to get ours. We need the best of Tina Papa. We need the best of Tessa Johnson. We need the best of MiLaysia Fulwiley, Raven Johnson. We can just go on and on and on and on. Now, in terms of Joyce being the more generational player than MiLaysia, it's hard for me to, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is you got two country girls from the state of South Carolina, one from Columbia, went to Keenan High School, one from Camden, who went to Camden High School. Both of them have beat the odds, being two of the most sensational basketball players in college basketball right now. And both of them on that basketball team. I can care less who's going to be most generational. Both of them going to be in the WNBA. I don't care. I'm just keeping it real. We got both of them on the team and both of them from the crib. I don't care. Both of them, my girls. I'm good. You got a whole lot of basketball teams that will want MiLaysia Fulwiley or Joyce Edwards. And South Kakalaki, three-time national champions, got both of them. And they're young. You're talking about a freshman and a sophomore. They are young. And there was a Maddy McDaniel sighting tonight. We were talking about Maddy McDaniel getting 16.8 minutes per basketball game before she had that injury. Tell you what I did with him. What we saw right here with him tonight was what Maddy McDaniel was looking like before. They trying to put, because, you know, early in the season, we were talking about, oh, Maddy got the best assist to turnover ratio in college basketball, which she did at the time. I want y'all to be clear with something right here. When we talk about old Maddy McDaniel, Mighty Mouse, so we got to be clear about a couple of things. We got to be clear about this right here. Maddy McDaniel is not a pass-first point guard. She can be if she wants to be. If Dawn Staley say, yo, you're going to be a pass-first point guard, you can be that. Maddy McDaniel is a scoring point guard. She can get to the basket almost at will. She is a special basketball player. And 2 years from now, we're going to be talking about Maddy McDaniel is one of the best guards that has ever played at the University of South Carolina. I'm letting you know right now. We will be talking about her. In the same vein, we talk about Isaiah Cook. Same vein, we talk about Destiny Henderson. All these great point guards that we've had in the past. We're going to be talking about Maddy McDaniel in 2 years. Being her. Trust me. BJ Reynolds, I hope we pack our defense and travels. I can't say what the offense is going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if we're going to shoot great. I don't know if we're going to shoot bad. I know one thing. A Dawn Staley-led basketball team get on that plane, going to Austin, Texas, playing in front of Matthew McConaughey. It's going to be some defense played in that basketball game. I don't know how the offense is going to perform. I don't know. But defense is going to be there. At Game Changers, Mr. G, if Fulwiley would eventually come into her own, she's only a sophomore coming from high school where she's been the star player since her freshman year. She's learning how to play team ball. I agree with you, Game Changers. We can nitpick Fulwiley's game however we want to. We can say some good stuff. We can say some bad stuff. We can say all those great things about Fulwiley. What you cannot say about MiLaysia Fulwiley, that she is scared of the moment. They're going to be, we saw the NCAA tournament last year. We saw the SEC tournament last year. We saw how some players shrunk in that moment. We saw it. We ain't got to say players' names. We ain't got to say any of those things. But we saw how some players didn't step into that moment. You know who did step into that moment? Who was not afraid to take the big shots? You have players on certain basketball teams who are afraid to take those shots. MiLaysia Fulwiley ain't. MiLaysia Fulwiley, and I said it before, MiLaysia Fulwiley is the female version of Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, one of my favorite players in the history of basketball. AI did not ever shoot a great field goal percentage. Never have. But AI was one of the best shot creators, can get whatever they shot, and he was never afraid of the moment. MiLaysia Fulwiley, lay with the butter, is never afraid in the SEC tournament, and she damn sure ain't afraid in the Final Four. We can say whatever we want to. But make no mistake about it. There's going to be shots that need to be made. There are going to be opportunities that need, because it's going to be a time where offense is going to shrink away. And you're going to turn to a MiLaysia Fulwiley to get to that damn basket. And that's what's going to happen. She is the best one-on-one basketball player, in my mind, in the country. Does she shoot too many shots sometimes? Maybe so. But you're going to take the good and the bad, the happy and the sad with this sophomore sensation. Make no mistake about it. I would bet on MiLaysia Fulwiley every day of the week, twice on Sunday, and on all the rest of the holidays, every day of that week too. I'm just saying, it's going to be some times, mark my word, when we up in Tampa, Florida, and our offense is stagnant, you're going to look to a MiLaysia Fulwiley, because last year, you know who we looked to? Tournament Tessa in the NCAA tournament, freshman. It's going to be a situation where MiLaysia Fulwiley is going to be getting you about 25 points in the basketball game, because Dawn Staley is going to take the clinks off of her and say, go win this damn game. Mark my word. Mark my word. That little girl from Keenan High School are going to take us to the promised land once again and become the full-time champions. And we got a gluttony of riches and a gluttony of talent on this basketball team. We do. But make no mistake about it. This right here, think about this right here. You think Connecticut can use MiLaysia Fulwiley playing with them right now to create some shots? I ain't even watched the damn game yet. I bet they could have. To create some shots. Oh, Lord, I can't wait. Oh, I just get so hype about it. And then going to the Hornets game last night, I didn't stand up one time. I was so upset. Not one time did I stand up for a Hornets game, Hornets play. I'm like, I saw 57 three-pointer shot by the Hornets, and I'm telling you, 25 of them didn't even hit the rim. It was just embarrassing. Hello, Friendly One. I like that name. Hello, Friendly One. Will the rankings change after the Tennessee game? Tennessee win? I hope so. In terms of the net ranking, see, this is the thing with the net ranking. And I was explaining to I can't remember the brother's name. I'm trying to explain to him in terms of how the net rankings. My eyebrow's going crazy. I was trying to explain to the brother about how the net rankings work, and you're talking about strength of schedule. You're talking about where the games are. So it was a home and away, a neutral site game, if you're in the quad one, all those great things, right? So you take a loss by UConn, who is number 2 in the net ranking right now. And they lost to Tennessee, or I want to say it was top 15 in the net ranking. The game was at Tennessee. UConn lost by 2. By the net ranking standards, they're not going to penalize them much by that loss, because they played a top 15 team in the net. They played in a away game, and they lost by a few points. So they're not going to penalize them much. So you're not going to see like a tumbling of in the net ranking, because that still was such thing as a quality loss, and that's what Connecticut had. They had a quality loss. Now in the AP poll, who knows what's going to go to AP poll? I have no idea what AP poll. And I'd be embarrassed sometimes by the AP poll, because you don't take into account like who you actually play. Like Tennessee is a good basketball team themselves. I think they're going to go far in the NCAA tournament. Same thing with Connecticut. They're going to go far in the NCAA tournament. But should Connecticut fall that much because they lost to Tennessee by 4 points? These pollers are crazy anyway. I just got to keep it real. I don't know. Because in order for the AP poll to make sense to me, I think you need to take the whole thing. Oh man, this team lost. So the team, I'm going to put some other teams, just because they didn't lose, I'm going to put them ahead because they didn't lose. But in actuality, is that other team because team A lost that basketball game, one of 40 games. Does team B move up past team A just because that team lost? Because if team B actually better than team A? That's what the AP poll means. Yo, I lost the game, so I got to drop 2 or 3 spots. That doesn't make sense. If Carolina loses on Sunday against Texas, currently by the AP poll. So if Carolina loses against Texas on Sunday, So Carolina should be dropped to the 7th or 8th ranked team because they lost that basketball game? That makes no damn sense. It makes no sense. Because there's no way, even if Carolina loses to Texas on Sunday, that they should drop like that because there ain't no, you're not going to say that there are 3 teams better than University of South Carolina in basketball. You can't say that. So that's why the AP poll sucks to me. It's impossible to gauge with the AP poll. I can't agree with it. And if Texas loses to us, should they drop substantially because they lost to us? No, they shouldn't. Because if the game is a blowout and they lose to us, they still a very, very talented team. For the stuff that we're saying, like you lose a game, like, well, Oklahoma lost to us by 41. Oklahoma should have dropped out the damn top 25. When TCU lost to us by 40, they should have dropped out of the top 25 because they got beat down, destroyed, humiliated in front of national TV. That's how it should have been, right? But it didn't happen. Chloe needs to play more than 3. She'll be at week 4 in the WNBA. She might be a decent stretch for her, though. Next season, she could be at the 3, Joyce at the 4, and Ashlyn Dauda Tac. Okay, Ashlyn Dauda and Tac at the 5. Next season, she could be the 3, Joyce at the 4. Okay. That was a lot because we have to take in consideration Ashlyn Watkins because Watkins will be back next season. It's February. Season starts in November. Real games don't start to January. And I just had to be clear about that. The miracle of medicine has changed the landscape of injuries and recovering from injuries. And when we play in November, the first basketball game of the season, you're going to see Chloe and Joyce being the starters for this basketball team. If Watkins is ready to play or not, those are going to be 2 starters. Those 2 players next year will be it. Now, in terms of Chloe playing the 3. Okay, first off, Dawn Staley plays 3 guards. She plays 3 guards. We play 3 guards and 2 forwards. You can say how they, because Breezy is a guard. Okay, so Breezy gone, Pow gone. So you got those 2 positions that's available. Raven, for sure. MiLaysia Fulwiley, for sure. And you're going to see Maddy McDaniel. Those are going to be starting 3 guards next season. That's going to be it. Those 3. And then you're going to have 2 post players. 2 post players. We're going to have a situation because Dawn likes versatility. She likes flexibility. Now, you got Adhel Tac, who's coming in, who can play multiple positions. Terrific defender, basketball player. 5-star recruit, McDonald's All-American. We possibly got Maker coming to this basketball team, and she is a top 5 recruit in the class of 2025, possibly going to be a Gamecock. You will have some more flexibility, but also there's going to be a player or 2 who's going to be on this basketball team that's going to come from the transfer portal. Don't know who they're going to be, but I don't see a player coming from the transfer portal that's going to change the needle to start for the South Carolina women's basketball team over the talent that we have going to have next season. JB said, no words, no gamble over here. Terrell Stevens said, great job, Cap. Yo, I thank everybody for tuning in. We got a big game on Sunday. It is Thursday night, and we're going to have a good time talking about Texas over the next few days. And I thank everyone for chopping up with your man Cap DeWitt for almost an hour. I appreciate all the love. Y'all continue to support women's basketball. So continue to support this channel. If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you do so. Make sure you put those notifications on so you get those alerts, because who knows when I'm going to come on and talk the gospel of Gamecocks. That's what I do. That's what I do. Before I sign off, I got to say thank you, Elaine Cambridge, for the tip. Thank you for everything. If you want to become a member, just go to my homepage and become a member. Therefore, you'll get the videos before everybody else, because most times I release a video at 8 o'clock at night, but you might get the video at 3 o'clock for something I worked on earlier on today. And I'm working on a B-roll video of basically mistakes that I've made while recording. And they're kind of funny because I don't have no good sense. So become a member, check that out. Until then, this concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, so I continue to bring you that gospel Gamecocks every single day. Let's go.